3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. They've got 30 minutes for our third and final match of the day. It's Power Blade 2 again. This stage right here is the last, as I said before, the last platforming section of the game. So this is pretty far up in the difficulty curve. They're also starting this with basically nothing but the basics. I think the save state was made from a password, so you don't have any carryover. And as far as the state of the RNG, like the enemy drop RNG, I really couldn't tell you. But it's going to be probably a clean stats on that.
Yeah, Side of Clouds was saying when you don't have many upgrades, like early on, the drops are heavily favored to give you a whole bunch of stuff, but then eventually it comes down to you'll get one drop every 10 enemies.
Really? Huh. I had no idea.
Which makes sense, because I used to, when I was playing casually, I would farm something at the end near the boss door that kept dropping enemies. And I'd be like, you know, I kill 8 or 9, and I'm like, is it still gonna give me something? And then every now and then it would give me something, so.
Well, good thing I had this nice auto-scroller to fix my splits turn.
Right, yeah. You guys want to have 3 splits on this? I think Jadian still has 2.
I did.
These bug things that just kind of slide out from wherever they're hiding really creep me out. They don't animate at all.
What about the pulsing hearts in the background?
Makes me think of Contra.
Well, I play Kabuki Quantum Fighter, so...
Oh yeah, so you're used to weird, gross, pulsing
yeah.
things.
Yeah, I was thinking about Contra as well, last stage.
What's up with your first split, Walsh?
What? I hit split plate? Oh, I'm super dead.
I adjusted the window so that I could actually see what your splits were, and I died during that time in the auto-scroller.
Do you guys have any suit at all, or is it...
They got all the suits.
We have all the suits, we just don't have any energy.
Okay.
So if we get energy, we have access to everything.
Okay.
I think the Newt suit, the wall climbing suit, is pretty awesome and fun, but it's really slow, so
awesome.
you're not going to see it in a speedrun.
Yeah, it's actually... I've been experimenting with that. If it's actually a suit that can save a lot of time in the worst auto-scroller in the game.
Ooh.
But the deficit is that you have to face another RNG mini-boss dragon.
Right.
And you need to nail a really tight trick in that auto-scroller in order for it to be worth it. And it's a like 1 or 2 seconds gain if you get it, so I don't think it's like for your sanity it's not worth it.
Well, someone's gonna need something like that to try to beat your record, right? Next person who comes along.
I think there's like maybe 5 seconds or something to gain on my record if you play basically perfect.
Basically perfect.
Just play basically perfect.
Yeah, no problem.
Frame perfect.
Yeah.
Just play basically perfect, no problem.
Even
Do you keep the sum of best for your run, Richie? Do you know what that is?
No, that's my final time.
No, I'm saying, do you have a sum of best? Do you keep track of one?
Actually, I don't.
You were
Not for
doing
this
runs?
game.
Oh, okay.
The
That'd
funny
be
thing is, I just did a no reset run, and when I got the record.
Oh.
And the same thing happened when I did Ninja Gaiden 3, which I hold the record for as well. I just did a no reset run. Oh, hey, world record.
Wait, you the record that? Wasn't that like a really competitive game, like back at last SGDQ around that time?
Yeah, it was me and Crack Attack who pushed that game.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I do want to get back into this game though and see if I can find new stuff, because you should never say never that a game is dead like for example, Need a Guardian 3, we thought the game was dead around like 13:20, and now I got it down to 12:54. So, yeah, you never know. If I go back to this game, I might find something new. That's why I really like that you have it here on SGL. I hope more people will pick it up or give it a try at least. Maybe not as a speedrun, but just play it.
Cool. Yeah, I hope so. Do any of you guys...
Miss your splits.
What? Are you missing a split?
Not splitting at all. There's your 2 splits.
Yep. If you guys don't want to split at any point, it's fine. It doesn't...
I just forgot.
It's only the ending that matters, but it does help a little bit for the viewers to see.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. But yeah, any of you guys have any plans to play this game again seriously, or what?
Nope.
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 Midboss has been going on about how much he hates this game.
This game is
Well,
not the biggest fan
I
of this
cannot
game.
make this jump.
like I said,
This isn't
it
even a
would
hard
be a
jump
really,
either.
it would be a super awesome game, I think, if they didn't have all those auto-scrollers. Because I think the platforming is really cool and fast-paced and technical and stuff like that.
Yep,
Okay,
and
that was
from a
bad.
casual perspective, the checkpoints, it could use mid-level checkpoints, because they're pretty brutal in this game.
Okay,
Especially the last stage.
Alright, so it looks like we've got a 326 from Dragondarch and a 327 from Midboss.
The
326
326
from
from
me. I haven't submitted anything.
Oh, it's... Sorry, I was looking at Knighty's. It's Knighty got the 326.
Wait, 90? That's really good.
Yeah.
That is
It's
really good.
God.
That's the quiet ones. You never know.
I checked
Like,
my
get a better than
I checked my VOD for the split for this section from where you time it from like the start of the drop to the boss door, and I have it's hard to say because I have energy and can use pursuit and stuff like that, but mine was like 305 or something, so 20 plus seconds without access to the suit immediately. That's really good.
Please, game.
Wow, I actually saw a new strat on the mid-boss screen now.
Which screen?
First screen.
Oh, the rocket? Yeah.
I saw a little time saver there.
I wasn't sure if you thought that was too hard or just didn't know about it or what.
Didn't know about it actually.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go. New speed tech waiting to
There
be
you go.
found in Power
Yeah, like I
Play
said, I hope more people pick it up. So like, you're pretty blind to your own runs. Like you think like, hey, this is awesome, and
Yeah,
may bypass something obvious.
just having another pair of eyes can mean a lot.
I mean, it wasn't the biggest of a time saver, but at least it was a time saver that big enough for me to just see now when I saw it, like, hey, oh wow, I can do that.
When you think you know everything.
Yep. Well, if any of the viewers out there have games that they know really well that would like to suggest as SGL games, this is a good way to get more eyes on your speed game and get other people's perspectives on it. Please do feel free to suggest goals to us. Probably the hardest part about making goals is, I mean, not just finding sections that have good gameplay and not a lot of downtime, but also knowing exactly what kind of starting equipment, stats, lives, health, energy, all this stuff. I mean, that's generally one of the things that requires some real knowledge of the game to get right. In this case, fortunately, it worked out. Just the fact that you get drops so quickly when you're starting from scratch that it's not a huge problem that they're not starting with any energy, but it's a hard thing to get right in goal making.
That was insanely close, Dragondarch, that you died on the spikes.
didn't know before that you could stand on the middle of the fans and they don't hurt.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but you can't do it for like in infinite time. It like sooner or later you will die. I think so, at least. I think I tried it out.
That's only because when they start. It seems like it's only because when they start blowing you that it moves you.
Yeah. Because there is, for your previous goal, stage 3, in the big fan room there, you can do that room without a suit, but it's extremely hard.
Oops, it's early. I finally remember to split, and I don't do it the right time.
I double checked that last run for Knighty, and it's just a touch slower
Then what?
than his previous.
Oh, he submitted it.
It was like a plus 0.0, so he submitted it.
So what does he have? Like a 26? 326?
Yeah.
Yep, 26.72.
I can beat that.
Sure, you can.
Well, you're 2 minutes ahead on your split, so for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Lots of time can come off. Just everyone enjoying the auto scroller.
Yep. That's fun to see the screen just creeping along on all 4 screens. Yep. So yeah, it is definitely hard to find any contiguous section of gameplay that doesn't have an auto-scroller in it. So you guys probably won't see Power Blade 2 on SGL again unless we reuse one of these goals, because I think we used up basically everything that we could use. And that's even with this auto-scroller right smack in the middle of our second main goal.
Oh, I forgot the second split.
Why am I not able to do that right now?
Why doesn't that drop?
I really don't like the jet controls in this game.
Me neither.
Yeah, they are pretty terrible. A little hard to get the physics down.
I don't like any of the controls in this game.
That's like the first thing I'm looking out for when I see a new player play this game. And like as soon as they got their hands on the rocket suit, almost everyone complains about the controls.
Yep, I
And
remember
that's-
that.
I
You were in
did
my
not
chat
get
when
on
it was
that ladder.
And I was just like, oh, it's a rocket suit. Oh my god, oh jeez, how do I do this?
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, yep, it's terrible.
But it's fast, so you're stuck with it.
Yeah, just deal with it.
I love how ladders in this game are like, what? You're touching it by a pixel? You're on it.
Yep, good
Yeah.
enough.
Real
The
nice.
ladder in the first stage is right by the battery isn't usually too bad. Or in area 3, I should say.
There's one in level 1 where you can kind of jump either on top of it or catch it and keep going that way, but it always looks like you're gonna have to grab it and then he just kind of warps to the top of it. I don't know. It's- Kha'Zix in chat says you get used to the suit, honestly. What do you guys think? You used to the rocket suit yet?
No.
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
That means you
if
haven't
you
played it
just go-
too much.
Question mark?
If you ever ask me to do a room that I haven't already done with it, I could. It's just I memorized, like, got the muscle memory down for each specific room, because that's the only way it works to me.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said earlier as well, Feasel asked about the scene in Powerblade. That's the dude that I talked about in the chat, Cossacks.
Yep.
If you want to check out more Powerblade, he runs Powerblade 1 and 2 from time to time.
Let's see if I can actually kill the thing right after the auto-scroller this time.
You know, killing things is impossible in this game. Your boomerangs go right through them. Your things go right through them. It's just like...
Well, I think that I throw the third boomerang, but then he hasn't caught the second one yet, so he doesn't throw it, and then I slide right into it.
The fucking thing doesn't shoot when I press the B button.
The same problem I'm having. Yeah.
Just doesn't work.
Is it lag related maybe? I never ever
I'm sure
encountered
it
that
is.
while I was playing.
Yeah,
That you guys are going so fast and skipping everything and blowing everything up at once.
I was in that.
Okay, least favorite part about this level.
Auto scroll.
Everything.
Okay, auto-scroller's
Everything.
off the table. Everything besides auto-scroller.
Trying to get this jet on the first screen, or this rocket, whatever, through the thing. It's just, it's so frustrating.
Okay, this quicksand part, what can be done to speed that up? Or is there any tech to this?
That's what I saw on Midboss screen, how we handle it in the first screen. That I didn't really think about. That you can use the rocket suit a little earlier than what I normally do to fly right above the slime and under the
It's
ceiling.
really hard. It's really, really stupid.
Yeah,
said
the stupid
over
part
and
about
over
it is
again.
if you touch the slime, your flight gets cancelled. That sounded a little bit weird, but yeah.
God. And there's
uh,
like, you have to be on the exact vertical pixel that you want, and it is just so frustrating getting there because of how the rocket suit handles going up and down. It's just infuriating.
there are actually another section in the game in the whole speedrun. I believe, yeah, stage 2. First screen and stage 2 is the hardest stage in the game, I think, because of that. It's basically like a long horizontal room, and there are spikes coming down from the ceiling, and if you touch them, you die immediately. What you want to do with the speed strat is you want to jump up and you want to start flying and fly right above the ground. So you can fly a long distance without touching the spikes and getting through that room really quickly.
Oh,
And that's a pain in the ass to get, like you said. Like getting that exact position right above the ground is really hard.
Yep. Like, you kind of have to time when you start the booster, or where you transform on the way down. Just like
Yeah,
way
if-
in the...
if you
Using
try
up and
to-
down doesn't do anything.
If you try to adjust it afterwards, it's really, really hard to just like lower yourself a pixel or two.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Impossible. Like, I don't know. You have to like hold it for a certain number of frames, and then there's a window where you start moving. I don't even know how it works, but it's so impossible to move like a pixel or two.
I think I just jump up into the air and hold A to
Yeah.
to fly, and then I just try to adjust with the D-pad.
Knighty finishes a third run and shaves off 10 frames.
10 frames. Okay, I can be 10 frames.
Wow. So, still not a lot of... Other than that, not a lot of completed runs here. Knighty's still in first by about a second. Midboss also with nice time on the board. We've got about 10.5 minutes left to go, so we are not quite at the 2/3 mark, but getting close.
Oh no. Oh, that was really bad.
was going to say something about this being one of the more difficult runs, or one of the more difficult games we've had on the show. However, last week we did have Donald Land, so it feels a little hollow to say that.
Yeah, like
Based off of the, it's pretty safe to say we got some skilled competitors this week. They're our top 3, and Knighty's got like an 80% win rate as well. So, and they've been practicing a lot, mostly because they've been smack talking in Skype chat a little bit, and they want to back it up. So everyone's put in plenty of practice time, and the fact that we still haven't got completed runs speaks to just how difficult.
Yes, and how high the standards are. So.
Oh shit! I forgot what room I was in.
That's a feasel move right there.
yeah, what's really hard for them now is that they start with 0 MG and no E-tanks or extra batteries. When I get to this point in the speedrun, I have an E-tank and a battery.
So does it take time to use those?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it takes the time to refill the energy.
Yeah, the time that it takes to count up. Okay.
I think full energy is probably only like a second, maybe a little bit more for refill.
Well, we have only 1 second.
It's not too bad, but the good thing about it is, for me in the speedrun, I can do a lot of damage boosts and go through and then E-tank up, which you can't do right now.
Why did I go up? I hate this stupid rocket. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh no.
I swear I was at the perfect height to take a damage and get knocked down. It just doesn't work. Nothing works. Ever.
But
Change.
the items and the batteries and stuff like that, that's what I think is the more interesting part about the speedrun. How to route, where to get items and what to pick up and stuff like that.
We try to create those situations for players on the show. Also, it means you can't just copy the record.
Right.
You have to
I
do
like
a
copying
bit
the
of
record. That's
bit of routing.
what I do.
Yeah, I'm really good at it. It's great, but not this time.
Right.
Something that was really funny but really scary when we did Best of NES last Halloween. If you guys probably watched it, and some of you were a part of it, I think. When I did my Power Blade 2 run there, I got to the last boss door where you do your split, and for some reason I didn't have enough energy on my battery. I must have missed a pickup from an enemy or something. I was like a frame off to die at the last spike right before the boss door. And I had to do the whole boss, the first boss in the boss rush without the suit, which was horrible, but I clutched it out with 1 HP left.
Nice.
Yeah, the bosses in this game without the suit are legit very hard.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do if you run out
Some
of
of them
energy.
are
in a suit
just
before a
everywhere
boss.
off the screen. I fought a couple without any power suits, but it was like, the 10th, 20th try that I finally got them down.
It was such a big shock to me because I did like a lot of no reset runs earlier to prepare for the worst, but nothing like that had happened before.
Yeah.
Typical marathon luck, but yeah, it went well.
Let's see if I can finish a run once tonight.
I know anyone who doesn't finish a run here is going to be very disappointed. Everyone was really hoping to come in and...
I'm disappointed in my finish runs too.
I'm gonna be disappointed if I don't get like a 24.
Oh, Dragondarch just got a really hard strat, which I normally I don't even go for it because it's so hard. It's the same thing like we talked about earlier, to flyer, like the pixel above ground and not landing.
I'm glad I picked up that star power up without dying.
I died in this auto-scroller section more times than I care to admit.
Me too.
Yeah, it's so easy to zone out, like a lot of auto-scrollers for me in the speed run. You
Right.
like auto-scroller, what to do, read chat, something like that.
Right.
And then you like forget the most basic thing and die.
I forgot what room I was in.
Another one of those.
Yeah, there's those rapid fire rooms right at the end, and you usually get through them pretty quick with the rocket suit or whatever. So you gotta be doing the input pretty much as soon as the screen comes in.
We're getting down to just a little over 4 minutes left on the clock. We still have 2 players without runs on the board, so we might consider trying to submit even not a great run just so they'll take that second to last place, if nothing else. But I know everyone really wants to be on the top of the board.
The run's almost uncompletable if you die.
Yep.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
I don't have strats to beat to this level without the time that I get. So
Yeah. Definitely getting through alive is the challenge. Is a big challenge.
It's doable.
Please kill it.
It's doable because I did it.
Ah, damn it. This time
Like,
it's
I mean,
gonna be too
I
slow.
replayed the stage over and over and over, but eventually I did beat it from a game over. And I didn't even have the wall crawl suit, so I couldn't grab the ration.
Oh, you mean that in the where the water
Yeah.
is, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip. I'm gonna have to change up my strategy a bit on these last 2 attempts that I get.
Jadian on the board.
with a
With a
what?
terrible time.
Well, terrible time's better than no time.
That's why I just said he was on the board and
And just
focusing
left it
on
at that.
the positive.
And it's funny that a terrible time is 10 seconds slower than the first place time.
This is my
Oh,
first time doing
God.
this enemy killing route though, so I should be able to. If I
You
get there
stealing my
again, I should be able.
strats? You're stealing my strats, aren't you?
You mentioned it gave me the idea for it, but this is my first. I didn't check which enemies you were killing during your runs.
Okay.
I only just got to it, and like I said, this is my first time skipping one extra enemy in the first room, and that causes the battery to drop in the water room, the first water room.
Well, so for the people watching, we do this every Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to be a player on the show, please let us know. Contact us. You can email us at sgl@speedgaming.tv or check out our website, speedgaming.tv. Also, if you want to volunteer or if you have any ideas for goals or games, just let us know. And, yeah, watch us, tell your friends, etc.
Okay, I think I killed an extra enemy somewhere.
Knighty's got a run coming in right now, so we'll see what the time is on that. Further solidifying his lead, maybe? Dragondarch's got a pretty solid first 2 splits, so let's not jinx him.
2-8. How much time do we have left?
45 seconds.
Oh boy, okay.
Well, rip that.
Oh. Gonna have to make this next one count. Well, you can get
How much time do we have left?
13 seconds.
I'm resetting now.
Yeah, you might want to.
Finish it fully.
Yeah,
Something changed about my enemy drop pattern that I didn't
Yeah, that's been happening to me today. I don't know why I'm not getting the right drops. I think I'm killing something wrong. I don't
Oops.
That room where your run fell apart, Dragondarch, is one of the harder ones in the game, I think. To get squeeze
really
in
is.
between that.
Yeah, up that ceiling there. Yeah. That was unfortunate because that was a pretty solid run. Pretty much on par with Knighty's time for the first 2 splits, so...
It's something really stupid because I don't know why, but when you try to land on that platform that goes down right before the block that you want to destroy on the slide in between, you don't always land on the block, and instead you fly above it, and that means you can slide, and then you can.
Yeah, last call for resets, by the way, guys. If you're gonna reset, you should do it now. Otherwise, you're stuck with it. It looks like both players reset around that time, or both the other 2 players who aren't in the middle of a run. So that's it. We're in sudden death mode now.
Yep, I'm definitely screwing things up this time,
Oh,
but
yep.
can't even
Well, I'm
reach
done.
that.
Ah, shit time. Cool. Just never got the everything to line up.
Yeah,
You
it's
still did a
difficult.
lot better than I did.
Oops, sorry. The 30 minutes is it's not a lot of time to get the run you want. You know, if these guys had an hour, it would be a much different dynamic. But...
It's so frustrating losing after 2 minutes after the auto scroller. It's just like it's so much a waste of time. I feel like I got half the attempts in that I did for the last goal because of that auto scroller.
Oops.
At least you got a good time in the end. I had a better first split, but a worse second split because I didn't have enough
You know
time to
what?
practice doing it without the ration in the battery.
All I know is at least I never have to play this game again in my life.
Because my best first split time was about 48 seconds, a little bit less than that.
Huh. I have no idea what mine was since I never actually remembered to split.
After this match is over, we're going to have a bonus game.
Where's the drop? Shit.
Uh-oh.
I hate not being able to find the drop. Sometimes enemies
I don't
that's
know where the
supposed to
drop
give you
went.
drop count or whatever, they just don't for no reason. It's just infuriating.
I'm out. I lost.
Nope. The drop didn't appear where it was supposed to,
Ooh.
even though I killed the
Yeah.
same number of things.
Right?
Jadian dies
Right?
in the auto-scroller.
I was trying to get that extra drop.
Oh, is this the bonus game?
Yep.
Put me
never
back
played
up the
this
right
game.
track.
Everyone bites the dust, and Knighty improves his personal best.
Wow.
That
What,
didn't surprise me.
what an ending.
The salt in the wound.
I just didn't have enough time to practice, really. I don't know how much Midboss was,
I didn't practice as even close to as much as I should have to be doing the strats I was doing. That's why I just couldn't get myself to practice this game anymore because I don't like it very much.
I didn't
I
really
tried.
have any time to practice until this morning.
Oh, that sucks.
I basically grinded it for like 6 hours straight. I had pretty good strats going into it.
Yeah.
I just
My
didn't
strats
get-
are good. I couldn't execute. I just didn't practice enough.
I didn't get enough practice on the non-safe strats that everybody else did.
All
I
right.
think I got a
Everything-
lot of practice in the first goal at least, though. It was this one that I'm behind on.
Cool. Well, that's it for this match. Knighty was the winner with a 3:23, just updated right there, 3:23.46. So about 4 seconds faster than Midboss in second place. JD in third place, quite a bit above that, and Dragondarch just didn't come together for him. Some tragic death right at the, right at the worst spot, really. But that's how it goes sometimes. When you only have 30 minutes and you're going for some, speed strats, you play it a little risky, and that happens sometimes. So that's it. We've got a bonus game coming up. The bonus game is Battletoads. The players are welcome to stick around and play if they want, but if they gotta go, they don't have to. In the